Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Nama saya Muhammad Ashraf bin Abdul Muttalib. Pembukaan metrik adalah 14 DTP5F 2007. Di sini saya ingin membuat pembentanan mengenai brainstorming techniques to study problems in teaching and learning at the Polytechnic. Next. First, introduction. 7 QC tools comprised of simple graphical and statistical techniques were helpful in solving critical to quality (CTQ) related issues. These quality tools were often referred to as 7 QC tools of quality. First, cause and effect diagram. Second, histogram. Third, Pareto chart. Fourth, check sheet. Fifth, flow chart. Sixth is scatter diagram, and lastly is control chart. This is graph for the 7 QC. First, check and sheet diagram. Second, histogram. Pareto chart. Check sheet. Flow chart. And another graph. And next, first, cause and effect diagram. The meaning is the cause and effect diagram is also known as the Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. This tool was introduced by Koru Ishikawa. The cause and effect diagram helps us to identify the various causes, factors leading to an effect is problem. The main purpose of the use of this diagram is to understand the root cause behind the problem statement. Second, to identify the source of variation. The causes are usually grouped into these categories. You can use CM for the fishbone diagram. First, man. Second, machine. Third, material. Fourth, method. Fifth, measurement. Sixth, mother nature or environmental. Next, I will give to my friends. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Akmal bin Muhammad Amin. My metric is 14 DTP 2005. And today I want to present about case study we made. Okay, next, histogram. The histogram was introduced by Carl Pearson. The main purpose of the use is to plot the shape of distribution and compare them with the specification. And how to use histogram? Prepare separately the stratified histogram for each for the 4Ms. Examine the relationship between the shape of the distributions, and the last, the specification. Okay, next, Pareto chart. Okay, the number one Pareto chart was introduced by Wilfredo Pareto. And number two, the Pareto chart is revolved around the 18 to 20 rules. And number three, 80% of the problems is just caused by 20% of a few major factors. And number four, 20% of the problem is caused by 80% of many minor factors. Okay, next I want to present about check sheet. Okay, the number one, to list down the important checkpoints or event in a tabular or matrix format. And number two, keep on updating or marking the status of their occurrence with help in understanding the progress. And number three, defect pattern and event cause for the defect. Okay, next I want to present about flow chart. Okay, the flow chart is a type of diagram which represent a workflow or process through the boxes. Okay, number one, a visual illustration of the sequence of operation required to complete a task. Okay, number one, schematic drawing of the process to measure the defect and improve. The number two, must identify the potential weakness in the process is made visual. And number three, pictures of process as it should be. Okay, the next, identify the process difficultly very easily. Number two, understand the process. Number three, identify the duplicate, effort, and non-value added steps. And lastly, clarify working relationship between people and the organization.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ramdhan bin Ashraf Saha. My matrix number is 14 DTP19F 2801. I will continue the presentation with scatter diagram. First, a scatter diagram is also called a scatter plot. Second, statistical tool that depicts the dependent variable on y-axis and the independent variable on the x-axis plot as a dot on their common intersection points. Third, to identify the correlation between two variables x and y equal f x plus c. And the last one, the relationship can be linear, curvilinear, exponential, logarithmic, quadratic, or polynomial. Next is a control chart. If you can see in the slide, we got three color, cyan, yellow, and pink. Cyan is mercury. The control chart is also known as the Schuhart chart. And the yellow, Saturn. The control chart was introduced by Walter A. Schuhart. And the pink color is Mars. Predict process out of control or out of specification limits. Distinguish between specific, identifiable causes variations. Can be used for SPC, statistical process control. Next is a tool selected. Tool selected, we got a problem, students in teaching and learning. Problem in teaching and learning, we have a measurement, environment, method, and people. In measurement, we got an internet problem and not do exercise. Next, in environment, students get high stress and lecturer give too much assignment. In method, we have a problem in book and laptop or phone. And in terms of people, lack of communication and no encouragement from parents.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aeman bin Zainisham. My recognition number is 14DTP19F2006. I will continue the slide with data collection and application of the result analysis. From the slide, you can see we are using chart sheet diagram to collect the data about problem student in teaching and learning. As you can see, we have identified 8 problems, which is high stress, many assignment, internet problem, not doing exercise, book and laptop, phone, lack of communication, no encouragement from parents, and take a data for about 4 weeks. As you can see, based on the data, we use a histogram bar graph to represent the data. type of distribution for histogram bar graph that we have made is a random distribution. A random distribution lacks an apparent pattern and has several peaks. In a random distribution histogram, it can be the case that different data properties were combined. Therefore, the data should be separate and analyzed separately. Based on the histogram bar graph, first we have identified the highest bar is book and laptop with total of 18. Next is high stress bar, total is 11. Next, internet problem, total is 11. The lowest bar is not doing exercise and lack of communication with total of 9. Next, many assignment, total is 15. And the last one is the phone, total is 12, and no encouragement from parents, total is 13. The main reason why we are using the histogram bar graph to represent the check sheet data is, first, the main advantage of a histogram are its simplicity and versatility. It can be used in many different situations to offer an insightful look at frequency distribution. The data is typically displayed in a bar graph that gives viewers a way to quickly absorb the information. The key is to present the information in a logical order. It is a simple chart that employs a horizontal and vertical axis. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, nama saya Muhammad Haikal bin Rosli, nombor pendaftaran 14 DTP 19F 2001. Okay, saya akan terang predict the consequence of not applying QC tools. Yang pertama, no improvement. Student will keep recycle of the problem all the time. Problem not solved. Too many problem will make student lost track where they should improve their problem. Next, quality student drop because all the small problem without action will give student major problem that affect student in learning process. Last, stress level rise. Student will keep feel pressure in everything they doing. Predict the consequence. First, internet problems result in students not being able to hear lecturers' presentation clearly. Then the student do not complete the training, causing the students' understanding not to expand. Next, lecturers give too many assignments, resulting in students not having enough time to complete the assignment, and thus student will be stressed with the assignment given. Students do not have laptop or books that are needed to study. They learn more using software. Students need to have their own laptop to make it easier for students to carry out the task or exercise given by the lecturer. Phone also have an impact on students. For example, some student phone does not support apps that the lecturer want to use. There are some students who do not get family encouragement to study or the equipment to study. Family needs to support their children to continue their studies or provide them with equipment to study. Student will study hard when there is complete equipment. This results in students not being able to share ideas each other. Lastly, conclusion. This paper presents the definition of 7 quality tools: check sheet, histogram, Pareto diagram, cause and effect diagram, scatter plot, flowchart, control chart. Scientists have researched the optimal use of these basic tools in different process and improvement methodology for many years. These tools are essential tools and have been used in process improvement for many years. Basic quality control tools can be used from the beginning of product development up to management of a process and shipment. Lastly, the main purpose of these tools is to identify and analyze a potential problem or problem.